Whoa, I can't believe my eyes. When did everything get so white? The world around me was a vast expanse of snow and ice stretching as far as I could see. I woke up this morning and things were different. My bed was gone. My mom was gone. The cozy warmth I was used to had vanished, replaced by a chilly breeze. Actually, I looked different too. I had white fur. I stood up and felt a strange new strength in my legs. I was big, way bigger than before. My paws were enormous, and I could see over the snowdrifts, and I was kinda wobbly. What happened last night? I couldn't remember. I took a step, feeling the ice beneath my feet. The ground felt cold and crunchy. Each step made a satisfying crunching sound, like walking on a layer of frosty cereal. That's when I saw my reflection in the ice. A pair of curious eyes stared back at me, surrounded by a fluffy white face. I was a polar bear. The realization hit me like a snowball to the face. Man, this is so weird. How did this happen? I scratched my head, trying to piece together the events that led to this transformation. I guess this is my life now. Sitting down in the snow, I took a moment to gather my thoughts. What does it mean to be a polar bear? Being a polar bear? Okay. I stood up again, feeling a newfound confidence. Time to explore this icy world. What do polar bears even do all day, I wondered? Do they play in the snow, hunt for food, swim in the icy waters? I had so many questions and a whole new life to figure out. My tummy rumbled. It was a sound that echoed through the icy landscape, reminding me that it had been a while since my last meal. The Arctic is a tough place to find food, especially when you're a big hungry polar bear. Right, polar bears eat seals. Seals are supposed to be our main source of food, but catching one is easier said than done. They are fast, slippery, and always seem to be one step ahead. Time for breakfast. I waddled towards the ocean. The ice was slippery. Each step felt like a balancing act, and I had to be careful not to fall. But of course, being careful isn't always enough. I fell like 100 times. Every time I got back up, the ice seemed to mock me, daring me to try again. It was frustrating, but I couldn't give up. I needed to eat. Being a bear is hard. It's not just about being big and strong. It's about endurance, patience, and sometimes just plain luck. And right now, luck didn't seem to be on my side. Finally, I reached a hole in the ice. This was my chance. I had to be still, quiet, and wait for the right moment. The anticipation was almost unbearable. This was it. Time to catch a seal. I waited and waited, and waited some more. Man, this is boring. Where are they? I'm starving. The minutes felt like hours, and the cold was starting to get to me. Maybe seals taste bad anyway. Maybe all this effort isn't worth it. What if there's an easier way to fill my belly? Maybe I should become a vegetarian bear. I mean, plants don't run away, they don't hide. They just sit there, waiting to be eaten. It might not be as exciting, but at least I wouldn't be hungry anymore. This whole hunting thing was too much work. I decided to take a nap instead. The snow felt nice and comfy. I curled up and closed my eyes. This is the life. Maybe being a polar bear isn't so bad after all. I could get used to this whole napping thing. Suddenly I felt something cold and wet on my nose. I opened my eyes. The world around me was a blanket of white, the snow glistening under the soft morning light. I blinked a few times, trying to adjust to the brightness. The cold air filled my lungs, and I could hear the distant sound of the wind whistling through the icy landscape. A little seal pup was staring at me. His eyes were wide with curiosity, and he seemed completely unafraid. It was as if he had been waiting for me to wake up. The snowflakes clung to his fur, making him look even more endearing. He had big brown eyes and a tiny wet nose. His eyes sparkled with innocence and wonder, and his nose twitched as he sniffed the air. I couldn't help but feel a connection to this little creature. He looked so cute and cuddly. His fur was fluffy and white, blending perfectly with the snow around him. I felt an overwhelming urge to protect him, to keep him safe from the harshness of the Arctic. "Hello!" the seal pup squeaked. His voice was high-pitched and cheerful, a stark contrast to the silent, frozen world around us. It was the sweetest sound I had ever heard. "Are you here to play? Play? With a seal?" This was too much. I couldn't eat him. He was too adorable. The idea of playing with him filled me with a warmth I hadn't felt in a long time. Maybe, just maybe, this unexpected encounter was the start of a beautiful friendship. Maybe later," I mumbled. I closed my eyes again, pretending to be asleep. The seal pup nudged me a few more times, then got bored and swam away. Phew, close call. I guess being a polar bear is full of surprises.